Okay, 10%. Let's see if this lasts. So basically, if you're having an imbalance and feeling a little bit overwhelmed, you're feeling scattered, anxious, this is a great series for you. Or if you're just always constantly on the move, do, that's probably an excess of the pitta. So kaphas are amazing. They have so much grounding and stability and health and immunity, really knowing how to rest and take care. Starting out in a comfortable seated position, placing the hands to the sides of the body, planting them either on the mat, the earth, or the ground below you. Feeling the connection of the hands onto the earth. Start to draw attention to your breath. Taking a big, deep inhale through the nose, filling the belly with air. And a big exhale out the mouth. Taking that 2 more times, grounding into the space. Big inhale through the nose, filling the belly. And big exhale out the mouth, HA. Last one, big inhale through the nose. At the top, sipping in a little more air. And exhale out the mouth. Continue with your breath, finding slightly longer exhales than inhales. Maybe you take Ujjayi Pranayama in and out through the nose, closing down the back of the throat, creating a sort of vacuum or ocean-like sound. And from this place of stillness and breath, I encourage you to just do a quick check-in. How are you feeling physically right now? Checking into the parts of the body. How are they feeling? And then how are you feeling mentally right now? What's going on in the mental layers? Are there any distractions? Lots of dogs barking around me, but that's part of the practice of yoga. It's to hone in rather than let the distractions take you away. And then how are you feeling emotionally right now? Just taking all of this into mind without judgment. Grounding into your body, feeling the sit bones deeply rooted, feeling the hands deeply grounded. And just imagining as if a big red light is filling you up from the bottoms of the toes, up through the body and down through the arms, down through the hands, rooting you all the way down to the core of the earth. And we'll inhale to lift the arms up high, reaching up, looking up. And as you exhale, fold forward over the knees. Inhaling here to lift up halfway. And exhale, fold a little deeper. Inhale to walk the hands over to the right side of the mat. Inhaling to lift halfway. And exhaling to fold a little deeper. Inhale to the center. And exhale, walking hands over to the left side. Inhaling to lift halfway here. And exhaling to melt a little bit deeper into this fold. Inhale to center. And as you exhale, start to walk the hands back up in towards the knees, placing them face down and taking a big circle with the ribs over to the right. And exhale, taking it in the other direction. Reversing the direction. And then taking a moment of natural movement, a sort of bear pose. Anything goes, 2 rounds of breath. And then let's inhale to lift the arms up high. And as you exhale, fold right arm underneath left, taking a cactus or taking an eagle wrap. As you inhale, you lift. And as you exhale, you round and curl. One more just like that. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round and curl. Last one, best one. Inhale, lift. And exhale, round and curl. Inhale to release the arms. Place left hand down on the mat. Right arm reaches up. Look up towards the fingertips. As you exhale, switch that. Right hand places down. Left hand comes up. Looking up. Exhale, come down. This time, left arm wraps underneath right. If this is too much, you can always take a hug. We'll inhale, lift up, and exhale, round and curl. 2 more. Inhale, lift, and exhale, round and curl. Last one. Inhale, lift. This time at the top, release the grip. Draw the hands out like a T. Just act as if you are pushing against 2 walls, flexing through the hands and through the fingertips. And as you exhale, draw the hands in towards the front of you, looking at them. Inhale to bend through the fingers. Exhale to curl, and then take some circles with the wrists. And then placing the hands down in front of us, we'll meet in a tabletop pose. So from tabletop, the wrists are underneath shoulders, knees are underneath the hips. And as you inhale, you drop through the belly, lift through the chest, cow pose. And as you exhale, you round and curl through cat. 2 more just like that, moving with the breath. Inhale, lower. And exhale, round. Now let's draw our way into a child's pose, either keeping the knees together if you have some tension through the low back and maybe the arms draped down by the sides. Forehead comes down. You can also take the arms out in front of you, draw the knees a little wider for opening throughout the hips. As you inhale, lifting halfway. And as you exhale, fold. Really feel yourself held by the earth beneath you. Feel your hands grounded. Maybe from here you imagine roots grounding you. Let's all bring our hands out in front of us if they were behind, and slowly start to roll your way up through a tabletop, meeting here with a neutral spine, tucking the toes under, hovering the knees, engaging through the core, this place of so much strength. Maybe you rock a little bit front and back. And then as you exhale, straighten out through the legs, head and neck hang heavy. Maybe you shake the head yes, shake the head no. Maybe you pedal out through the legs, feeling the stretch through those hamstrings. And then take the right ankle and bring it behind the left foot. Taking a different stretch here through this downward facing dog. Inhaling for a breath. And exhale, let it go. This time, take the left ankle and hook it behind the right, sending a breath here. And exhale, letting it go. Inhaling it back to center. Look towards the top of the mat and take your hands and draw them back towards the feet. From here, we'll inhale and lift up halfway and exhale to fold. So I want you for this first forward fold to keep a bend throughout the knees and make sure that your upper body is connected to the thighs. Maybe you grab onto opposite elbows here once again and just feel that connection. Maybe you take the hands and interlace the fingers and bring them behind you, opening through the shoulder blades. Releasing the grip of the hands if you have it. Hands come back down, grabbing onto the big toes with the peace sign fingers. We'll inhale, lift up halfway here, and exhale to fold. Bring that peace sign grip and release it. Take your right foot and place it behind the left ankle. Just as we did in down dog, we'll inhale, lift up halfway, and exhale to fold. Maybe crawling the fingertips slightly forward. Inhale to come back into center. This time, bend deeply through right knee. Inhale, left arm reaches up high. A block is a great place for this bottom hand, but not necessary if you don't have it on hand. And then exhale, release left hand down, bend deeply through left knee. Inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, drop it down. This time, let's inhale, lift up halfway, straightening through the legs. Exhale to fold. Take left ankle, place it behind right. Inhaling to lift. And exhaling to fold. Sending a breath here. Inhale it back to center. And slowly start to roll your way as slowly as you possibly can, all the way up to standing. Once you find yourself in a standing position, we'll inhale and lift the arms up high above the head. And as you exhale, interlace the hands except for pointer finger and thumb. Draw shoulder blades slightly away from the ears. Feel everything elongating here. And as you exhale, deep side body stretch over to the right. Maybe looking underneath left armpit. Inhale to center. And as you exhale, deep stretch over to the left, maybe looking under right armpit. Inhale to center. And as you exhale, taking a slight back bend if it feels okay. Inhale, bring it back to center. Hands come in towards the heart. Placing one hand over heart, one hand over belly. Coming back into that grounding intention. Allowing yourself to take moments of stillness. Standing really tall in this Tadasana. Feeling the energy extending both down below you and up above you. And we'll inhale to lift the arms up high. And as you exhale, fold forward. From this forward fold, inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, meet me in a plank pose. So even though harnessing the Kapha energy is very nourishing and slow and stabilizing, it's also very strong and sturdy. So holding in this plank, making sure that the fingertips are planted. As we exhale, we lower it down into a forearm plank. We inhale to lift it up, and we exhale to lower it down. Staying here in forearm plank, slightly shift the hips forward and lower them down as slowly as you can, inhaling for a Sphinx pose. Untucking the toes here, bringing the heart through the shoulder blades. You exhale, head and neck come down to the right. Inhale, drawing half circles to the left. Exhale to the right. One more in each direction. Feel the opening through the sides of the neck. And then meeting in the center, and slowly start to lower your way all the way down onto the belly. From here, placing one cheek down, bending through the knees and taking some windshield wipers side to side. Feel the tops of the thighs connected and grounded to the mat. And then as you exhale, release the legs down. Bring the hands in towards the chest. As we inhale, we'll lift up halfway, low cobra pose, hovering the fingertips, engaging through the low back. Hold here, lift a little higher, and exhale, release it down. Forehead comes to mat. Taking that again, this time maybe you lift the legs as well. Inhale, lift up. Reach it a little higher, and exhale, release it down. Last one, either variation. Inhale to lift up, lift it higher, and exhale, lower it down. Plant the hands, send the hips back, child's pose. Maybe the knees come a little closer, which feels really good for me after that low back work, and the arms draped by the sides. Taking a moment of breath here. And then bringing the arms, reaching them out in front of you, rolling your way through a cat pose into tabletop. Inhaling, lowering for cow. Exhale, round for cat. Tuck toes under, hover knees, engage through the core. And send the hips back and up, downward facing dog. Let's take once again that right ankle behind left. Breathe here. Exhale it to center. Taking left ankle this time behind right. Breathe here. Back to center. Look towards the tops of the hands and crawl the hands back to the feet. From here, inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale to fold. Take right ankle, place it behind left. Inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale to fold. Inhale, bring it back to center. Bend deeply through right knee. Inhale, left arm reaches up high. Exhale, bringing it down. Left foot comes behind right ankle. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Bring that foot back in towards center. Bend deeply through left knee. Inhale, right arm reaches. And exhale, bring it down. Slowly start to roll yourself all the way up to standing. Arms reach up tall. Interlacing hands except for pointer finger and thumb. Side body stretch to the right. Inhale, center. Exhale to the left. Inhale, center. Exhale, cactus through the arms, open through the heart space. Let's bring our hands in towards heart center. Start to bend through the knees, sink low into a chair pose. So from this chair, I really encourage you to feel the tailbone tucking under slightly, the heart lifting. Feel your feet grounded in the mat and pull us down here for 3, 2, 1. Let's inhale, lift it up tall to stand. Exhale, sink back low into that chair. This time, lift the arms up high. And as you exhale, we're draping them down and straightening out slightly through the legs. It's a big release. Inhale, lifting, and exhale. One more just like that. Inhale, back to chair. And exhale, releasing. Inhale, reach it back up. Exhale, hands come to heart center, fold forward. From our forward fold, let's inhale, lift up halfway. And exhale, plant the hands, step it back, plank pose. Lower it down, forearm plank. Take your right forearm, place it to the center of the mat. Inhale, open it up, side plank pose. Maybe your top foot hovers. You're craving a little extra challenge. Exhale, bring it back to center. Bringing left hand in towards the center, opening it up, side plank, other side. Maybe that top leg hovers. Inhale, back to center. Let's send the hips over slightly, lower them down, Sphinx pose. And as you exhale, lower it all the way down, one cheek coming to the mat. Feeling your heartbeat. And then bending through the knees, taking some windshield wipers side to side. Continuing to use your breath as an anchor here. Coming back to laying out long. Let's bring the hands in towards the chest and inhale for low cobra pose. Hands are hovering, shoulders come away from the ears. Maybe you add those legs for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, lower it down. Taking that again. This time, maybe you bend through the knees and reach for the tops of the feet. My back flexibility is pretty limited right now, so I'm not going to go too far, but take this as feels good. Always remembering just because we can do something doesn't mean we should. We'll inhale to lift up, bringing feet towards head if you are going there. Lifting up a little higher for 3, 2, 1. Exhale, release it down. Legs come out long, cheek comes to the mat, opposite cheek this time. Using your breath here, and then planting into the hands, sending hips back, child's pose. Taking a moment here to stretch. Only so much more active movement. How can you move through this next series with your intention? We'll roll our way back up through a tabletop pose. Tuck toes under, lift hips, downward facing dog. From here, let's inhale, lift the right leg up high. Exhale, bend the knee, open through the hip. Inhale, reach it up, lift it up. Exhale, knee comes in towards the nose. Step it all the way through. Back foot comes down to a 45-degree angle. Inhale, lift up, reach up. Warrior 1, feel really strong and grounded through this warrior. As if you're holding 2 swords through the hands and your feet are firmly planted. Inhaling to lift up tall. As you exhale, hands come to heart center. Shift weight into that right foot. Begin to tuck the back toes, coming into a high crescent lunge. And then grounding through that right foot, left leg begins to hover, warrior three. Maybe you take the hands out behind you or in front of you, staying here for a moment, getting grounded through that right foot. You've got it. And then as you exhale, lower the foot down, open it up to a warrior two. Looking towards the front fingertips, drawing shoulders away from the ears. Straightening out through that front leg. Reverse the warrior here. Reverse Trikonasana. And then hips shift back slightly. Arms tick-tock forward. Trikonasana pose. This pose is deeply grounding for me. Just feeling the roots from your mat. And then as you exhale, both hands come in to the center of that right foot. Back toes come forward, knee lowers down. Lizard's lunge, maybe you push that right knee out away from you. Maybe you reach around for your back foot. Just taking a variation that's going to be nourishing for you, where you can send breath and find some ease. And then as you exhale, tuck the back toes back under, crawl the hands in front of you, meeting in a Skandasana squat. You can always come up a little higher if this is causing any tension on the knee, or you can come down. And then we'll slowly start to crawl our way towards the other side of the mat, finding the Skandasana here. And then switching the low lunge lizard's pose, back toes untuck, facing the other direction, lizard's lunge here. Inhaling to lift, and as you exhale, maybe you find the variation you took on the other side. Release that back foot if you held onto it. Tuck back toes under. Bring the foot in slightly to a 45-degree angle. Inhale, lift it up, warrior one. Shoulders coming away from the ears. As you exhale, hands come in towards heart center. Back toes begin to face forward. Weight shifts over into left foot. Right foot begins to hover, warrior three. From here, maybe you airplane the arms out behind you or in front of you. And as you exhale, lower that foot down, carefully stepping into your warrior two. Oh, didn't know if my phone died. Okay, shoulders away from the ears here, looking forward. Straighten out through that front leg, Trikonasana reversed. Reverse Trikonasana, lifting through that top arm, looking up. And as you exhale, hips tick-tock down, Trikonasana pose. Looking up towards the sky. As you exhale, hands will crawl out in front of you. Heels come in, toes come out. Bring yourself into a wide fold. Straighten out through the legs and slowly roll yourself up into a star pose. Arms lifting up high. And as you exhale, goddess squat. So from here, taking the hands to the inner thighs, we'll inhale, lift. Exhale, drop one shoulder down. Inhale, lift. Exhale, drop the other. One more each side, move with your breath. And then we'll slowly roll it back into a wide-legged forward fold and roll yourself once again all the way up into standing. Arms lift up, reach up. To exhale, plant the hands, meeting back in a plank pose. Maybe you take it through a vinyasa, bringing shoulders over wrists, lowering down halfway, inhaling up for upward facing dog, and exhaling downward facing dog. Just to balance it out, let's inhale and lift that left leg up, and exhale, bend the knee, maybe circling out the hip. Exhale, lowering it back down to downward facing dog. And let's inhale, lift the right leg up high. And exhale to bring right knee towards right elbow. Lower it down, half pigeon pose. Untuck back toes, extending long through the spine here. A prop underneath that right hip could be really helpful. Trying to keep the hips square. Also, if this is too much, you can always take figure 4 on the back. Extending and lifting. And as you exhale, folding forward. Taking a moment to breathe here. On your next exhale breath, you'll slowly start to crawl your way back up. Back toes tuck under. Right leg lifts up high. Exhale to place the right leg down. Inhale, left leg reaches up high. And exhale, left knee, left elbow coming down. Half pigeon pose. Inhaling to lift and elongate through the spine. And as you exhale, round and curl, sleeping pigeon. If you took this on your back, just switching the cross of the ankles in your figure 4. Wherever you are, can you send your breath? Can you send yourself some love? Feeling and breathing into that sticky discomfort. And then slowly, and 2 more breaths here. On your last exhale, you'll crawl your way up. Hands plant, back toes tuck under. Lifting up, back into 3-legged dog. Woo! Exhale, downward facing dog. Look towards the top of your mat. Just walking the feet in towards the center of the mat. We can stay as we are actually. We'll bring the feet out wide. Bring the heels in, toes out, sinking low into a malasana squat. So I'll show what it looks like from the front. Trying to bring the chest through is really good to take at least once a day. I definitely don't, but I've heard it's really good to do that. So today's the day that we start. Breathing into the inner thighs, into the hips. Maybe you walk the hands out forward. Maybe you walk your right hand out in front of you, left arm reaches high. If I had a block, I would place it underneath my bottom here. It's a great variation. Inhale it back to Malasana. And exhale, other side. You can also take the bind here if you know where you're going. And exhale to center. As slowly as you can, lower it down all the way to a seat. Legs come out in front of us for boat pose. Maybe the hands come underneath the thighs and shoulders come away from the ears. We'll inhale to lower it down halfway. Exhale to lift. 2 more using your breath. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. Final one. Inhale, lower. Exhale, lift. From here, lower the legs down. Place the forearms on the mat and flutter it out for 3, 2, 1, extend it down, extend everything out, long, full body stretch. Big exhale, release. Let's release everything down, maybe taking the knees in towards the chest. We worked a lot through the low back. I love to give myself a little massage here, rocking side to side. Hugging both knees in, slightly shifting hips to the left, allowing knees to fall to the right. Extending opposite arm long. Taking a breath here. One more deep breath in and out. And then inhale it to center. And exhale to drop the knees to the other side. Right arm reaches out long. Maybe you look towards those right fingertips. Inhale to center. And then as you exhale, any last postures, I'm going to take a happy baby. Channeling what that happy baby energy would like. Be really rocking around, letting it get free. Then as you exhale, release your last postures. Allow everything to hang long. And I really encourage you in this shavasana pose to stay as long as you have time and space. Just absorbing the benefits. Bringing one hand to heart and one hand to belly if you feel called. As you breathe in, feel your belly rise. As you exhale, release. From my heart to yours, namaste.